Hello everybody. So tonight, I want to talk to you guys about something that kind of bothered me as I was getting into the hobby, but I'm kind of over it now, as I'm sure most of you are who are watching this, or if you're new to the hobby, I would like to let you know that even if you are being as careful as humanly possible, taking into account as many things as you can about safety, watching safety videos online, you know, taking the MSF course, taking other online safety courses, taking other additional safety courses in person after the MSF, even if you're doing all those things, as soon as you start to ride a motorcycle, everybody assumes that you have a death wish. And I get it. On one hand, I totally get it, right? I am doing something that is putting my life in greater jeopardy than I would be if I was not riding a motorcycle. There are other ways to get adrenaline, to feel good, blah, 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 that are not this dangerous. And I appreciate that. And I know a lot of the concern that my friends and loved ones voice for me is obviously coming from a good place. They like me and they don't want me to die. And I do appreciate that. But genuinely, there's this attitude that, like, you are ignorant to the dangers of motorcycling. And as someone who grew up in the era of Live Leak, no, I get it. I do understand that I could, like, be maimed or die. So I completely understand that. And I think what me and other people who are... Jesus fucking Christ, can we gotta move on here, folks? Okay, sorry about that. There was a fucking truck and a van that had to pull over and it had to slow down 20 cars of traffic. But there's this misconception that because you want to start motorcycling that you don't value your life at all. And to be honest, I know some riders who that is kind of true. They're like, I don't really give a shit, which is not good. I think everyone should value their life a little bit more than that. But for me, you know, I had ridden just a moped when I was younger. My friend one summer had let me borrow a moped, and it didn't go fast. It went maybe 15, 20 miles an hour. And I would ride it around the community that I was growing up in. And it was just such a positive, fun experience to travel around on two wheels like that, you know, was not me having to pedal it like a bicycle. It was just such a fantastically fun, invigorating experience just poodling around on my, you know, neighborhood where I grew up, that I held on to that. And eventually, when I got older, I just kind of held this thing in my head that eventually I got to get back to this. I got to get back to... I didn't even want a motorcycle. I was like, I just want like a scooter or something. I want something with two wheels that I can pop around town, ride around, have fun with, and just feel the wind on me. Just feel, you know, just be out in the world traveling like this, right? That, like, core memory stuck with me. And I think unless you try it, you don't really know what you're talking about, because it is such a rewarding, fun, and invigorating experience. I've heard it compared more to riding a horse than riding a bicycle. I don't know, it might sound silly, but unless you try it, you really don't know what you're missing or what you're talking about, because it's such an invigorating experience. You're just not going to get this anywhere else. And I mean, once you try it, if you aren't scared shitless, I think you're going to be hooked. It's just one of those things that every time you do it, it feels fun. It feels invigorating. You're so happy you get to do this thing. Every single time I get on a bike, I feel that way. And some rides are better than others. Sometimes you get stuck in traffic. Sometimes the weather's not great. Sometimes you get caught in the rain, whatever. But I never get back from a ride and feel worse than before I went to start the ride. I'm always like, yeah, that was good. You know, it never feels like a bad use of my time. Which, as you get older and your time becomes more valuable, that is important. You want your, you know, for me, in my free time, I want it to feel valued. I want it to feel rewarding. And it sounds so crazy, but literally just riding around, like I haven't been having a super fun ride coming out here and doing this moto vlog today. I've been stuck in traffic, but even this, I don't know, I used to play a lot of video games, and even this is better than playing video games. Like, it just is. I don't, I don't know what else to say about it. Playing video games just doesn't, you know what I mean, or other hobbies that I've had. I still like all those things. I like playing video games, and I like hiking, and I like kayaking, but none of them really compare to this. And if I'm going to value my time, I want to maximize having fun and unique and interesting experiences. And in some ways, that means that I'm not just riding motorcycles. I still do play games with my friends, and I also love to go kayaking. I still try and at least get out on the water once or twice a month. But this idea that, like, I don't value my life because I'm getting into this hobby, it couldn't be further from the truth. I'm into this hobby because I really want to value the time that I have on this earth, right? Working a 9-to-5 and working most jobs is a grind. And as you get older, you feel that grind. And this is a way to, you know, let loose, let my hair down, have fun, do something different. I went out for a ride the other weekend. It was about 75 degrees in August, which is a miracle in Maryland, especially for the summer so far. And I was given a GPX file, basically a GPS route of a particular route for riding around the Catoctin Mountains and kind of going north into PA near the Michaud Forest and stuff. And I had a hunch that it was going to be a good one, but it was magical. It was one of the best experiences that I've had in my life in the past decade. I will not forget some of the visuals and some of the twists and turns, and it was like it's like a roller coaster that I'm directing, right? Like, I know where I'm going, but I'm leaning into the corner, I'm pointing the motorcycle in a way just is magical. You know, I value my life, and that's why I'm doing this, because it makes me feel alive. And if I'm not doing this, if I'm not doing things that make me feel alive, if I don't hang out with my spouse and go to a nice restaurant or go kayaking on a beautiful day or go on a motorcycle ride that is just invigorating and fun and, you know, whatever, then, like, I'm not living. And what the fuck is the point? What's the point of earning money and going to work and doing all this shit if I can't have fun? And, you know, I think as soon as you say that to someone, they still might be like, yeah, there's other ways to do this, but, like, fuck, man. I don't know if there's many ways. I don't think there's many things like motorcycling in this world. It's a pretty unique thing to have this kind of fun. God fucking damn it, they closed the goddamn road again. But I hope this can just, like, be used in some way. Oh, deer, a bunch of deer. For, you know, people who are just getting into the hobby. Maybe you're trying to explain to a loved one why you're getting into it, or why it's fun, and what you get out of it. And I hope this video kind of helps you, because it's hard to put into words, but in a nutshell, it makes you feel alive. It makes you feel good. It's nothing else gives you the feeling that motorcycling does. And if I'm living, I gotta live. I gotta fucking enjoy myself, or I'm gonna lose it. That's kind of it. I want to have fun, man. If I'm gonna be on this godforsaken earth, I gotta do something to enjoy myself, right? Anyway, I don't know. I hope this was helpful. I just needed to get it out because, you know, it's one of those things that I was dealing with so many questions of blah, blah, blah. Why are you doing this today? And it's like, fucking because I'm going to lose my shit. I'm going to fucking absolutely lose my shit if I don't get to, you know, release and just relax and have unadulterated, unbridled types of fun once in a while. And motorcycling is that for me. It is unbridled, pure joy. So, anyway. It also, I mean, for me as a nature lover, it takes you out to some really pretty places. I come here all the time to Liberty Dam, and I never regret doing it. Can I put a peg down? There we go. But one of the reasons I got into it is because there's so many beautiful places in Maryland that I want to enjoy. And like, if I get to enjoy nature and be out in nature and appreciate it while I'm getting to a pretty place like this, then why wouldn't I do that? Why would I not partake in this type of hobby? I love nature. Now I get to be in it while I'm getting to the place. I'm not in a box transporting there. I'm now in the place. Look at this. Nice. We're friggin' 30 minutes from Baltimore right now. Can you believe that? Anyway, I hope this helped to my friends and family. And if you're new into the hobby, or if you want to send this to your friends and family, I hope this was helpful. Thank you guys very much for watching. Drive safe. Peace. Keep tools down. See you later.